Problem 4-63. It reads, Miss B is making snickerdoodle cookies. Her recipe uses 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon to make 2 dozen cookies, but she needs to make 13 dozen cookies. How many teaspoons does she need? Or ask how many teaspoons and tablespoons does she need, knowing that 3 teaspoons make 1 tablespoon. So you can find it in teaspoons and then put the answer in tablespoons at the end. So this question is saying, let's start by writing 4-63. This question is saying that it takes 1.5, so 1.5 teaspoons to make 2 dozen cookies. So this is a proportional relationship where on top we have the number of teaspoons we need, and on the bottom we have the number of dozen cookies she can make. So it looks kind of like a fraction, and you can use it like a fraction, but it's going to be a relationship between the two quantities. So what we're trying to find is if we want 13 dozen cookies, how many teaspoons we need. So it's going to be the same ratio of teaspoons to cookies, but with some different numbers. So we know we want 13 dozen cookies. So the number we're trying to find, we'll put an X there, and X will be the number of teaspoons we need for these 13 dozen. So now we just want to solve for X, now that we have the two proportional relationships written. So we can do this by multiplying both sides by 2. Take it away from the side. So if we do that, we'll have 1.5 equals 2x over 13. And ultimately we try and get x by itself and see how many teaspoons that's going to be. So and then we can multiply each side by 13, which will help us get x by itself. And we'll over here we'll have 13 times 1.5, which is going to be 13 and 13 halves, one way writing it, and that's going to equal 2x. And then finally we want to divide both sides by 2 to get x by itself. So if we do that again, or I suppose we should simplify the side on the left a little. So 13 over 2 is going to be 6.5. So over here we're going to end up with 13 plus 6.5, so it's going to be 19.5 over here, and that still equals the 2x. So now we can divide both sides by 2 to get x by itself, and that's going to give us 9.75. So the 19 divided by 2 will be 9.5, and the 0.5 divided by 2 will be the last 0.25 added in. So that will equal x. So now we know to make 13 dozen cookies, we're going to need 9.75 teaspoons. So it's going to be 9.75 teaspoons. But it asks us to put it in tablespoons, knowing that it is 3 teaspoons to a tablespoon. So because we have 9 teaspoons, that can be 3 tablespoons. And we still have that 0.75 teaspoons. Or that could be written as 3/4. So we're able to do this math here because we knew that the number of teaspoons to cookies is always going to stay the same ratio. If you need if you want twice as many cookies, you're going to need twice as many teaspoons to make them. And so that's why we're able to make this proportional relationship up here.